Okay, so you want to own a gym. You drive past one on a weekday evening and it hits you. Every treadmill is taken. The weight room is loud. There's a line at the front desk. Bodies everywhere. You watch that scene and think, this place must be printing money. More people, more memberships, more money. Simple math. Here's the problem. You are looking at the 1 hour of the day that lies to you the most. The truth is that a gym is not really a fitness business. It is a subscription business that happens to have dumbbells in it. And the moment you understand that difference, everything about how a gym makes money and how it quietly loses money starts to make sense. Let's start with what it actually costs to get in the door, because the price tag is far more complicated than rent a space and buy some equipment. A commercial landlord will ask for 3 to 6 months of rent as a security deposit before you've touched a single wall. Then comes the build-out. Rubber flooring costs $10,000 to $40,000. Locker rooms need proper drainage and moisture-resistant materials. Another $10,000 to $50,000. Mirrors, floor to ceiling, run $3,000 to $12,000 once installed. But here's the part almost nobody budgets for. Air. A standard retail space is not built to handle a room full of sweating people for hours. You need industrial HVAC, and building codes require roughly 20 cubic feet of fresh air per minute for every person exercising. Run that math on a 5,000 square foot gym floor with 100 people at peak time. You need over 2,000 cubic feet of fresh air pumped in every single minute. That's a full system upgrade. $10,000 to $50,000 before you've sold a single membership. Equipment is the next trap. A single commercial-grade treadmill costs $2,000 to $8,000. A gym needs 6 to 12 of them. Selectorized strength machines run $1,000 to $5,000 each, and you need 12 to 20 of them. Add power racks, dumbbells, benches, and accessories. The equipment bill alone lands between $40,000 and $250,000. Now comes the decision that trips people up. Do you buy outright or lease? Buying drains your cash reserves right when you need them most in those first uncertain months. Leasing sounds smarter. Small monthly payments keep you liquid. Here's the catch. Lease financing carries interest around 8% annually. Over the life of the lease, you pay meaningfully more than the equipment was worth. And if you close the doors, the lease doesn't care. It's a contractual obligation that follows you out. Location is where most first-time owners get it wrong. They think a good location just means somewhere with a lot of people nearby. It's more specific. Roughly 80% of a gym's membership comes from within a 10 to 15-minute drive of the building. That's your entire addressable market. Not the city, not the metro area, a 10-minute radius. Inside that radius, income level has to match your pricing. A luxury club charging $150 a month cannot survive in a budget neighborhood, no matter how nice the equipment is. Now we get to the part that actually explains everything else, the membership itself. Picture every person who signs up falling into one of two futures. In one, they show up 3 times a week, every week for a year. In the other, they show up twice in January, feel good about themselves, and never come back, while still paying every month. Which member is more valuable to the gym? It's the second one. This is the single most important idea in the entire fitness business. The person who comes 3 times a week uses hot water. They wear down treadmill belts. They need towels laundered. They take up floor space during peak hours. Every visit costs the gym real money and real capacity. The person who signed up in January and never came back costs almost nothing. No hot water, no towels, no wear, no crowding. Every dollar of their payment flows straight to the bottom line. Industry data consistently shows that 2 out of every 3 gym members rarely or never use the gym they're paying for. Read that again. The majority of revenue at a typical budget gym comes from people who are not exercising there. This is not an accident. It is the business model. Think about capacity. A gym with 6,000 members could never physically fit even a fifth of those people on the floor at once. The fire code wouldn't allow it. Equipment wouldn't be enough. A typical gym floor might cap at 200 to 300 people. If even 10% of a 7,000 member gym showed up simultaneously, you'd have 700 people in a room built for 250. It would violate fire code within minutes. So the gym isn't selling access to a room. It's selling a statistical bet that most people who buy membership will not use it at the same time, and a large chunk won't use it at all. This is why gyms don't secretly want every member to become a daily regular. A gym full of daily regulars would need a much bigger, much more expensive building with much higher utility bills to serve the exact same paying customers. The forgotten membership is quietly one of the most profitable customers a gym can have. There's a seasonal wrinkle. Roughly 12% of all annual gym signups happen in January, driven by New Year's resolutions. That single month can hand an owner a large cash injection and a wave of new monthly billing. traveling. But the same wave that comes in fast goes out almost as fast. Around half of new members stop attending within 6 months. Of people who join as January resolutions, up to 80% have quit by summer. Experienced owners plan their entire cash flow around this spike using January windfall to build reserves for quieter summer months. Owners who get caught off guard are the ones who spend that January surge as if it were permanent ongoing revenue instead of the seasonal spike it actually is. Here's what actually determines survival. A gym with fixed monthly costs of $30,000, charging an average of $89 per member, needs roughly 337 paying members just to break even. Below that, the gym loses money every month. Above it, additional members are almost pure profit because the marginal cost of an inactive member is close to zero. New gyms typically don't reach break even on day one. It takes 12 to 18 months of accumulating members. Every one of those months burns through working capital reserves. If pre-opening sales are weak, or if a competitor opens nearby during that window, the runway runs out before the gym ever turns profit. Industry average for annual member churn sits around 30 to 40%. If a gym has 500 members and loses 5% monthly, it has to acquire roughly 300 new members over a year just to stay exactly where it started. That's not growth. That's running in place. So if you do decide to open a gym, remember this. It was never about how many people you can get to sign up. It's about how well you can survive on the people who stop showing up.